Hello guys, welcome back to Genshin Impact. My name is Yuga and today it's going to be a slightly different video. I'm going to be talking about Kokomi and kind of my first impression on her. First of all, as you can see, it's level 40. My artifacts are not actually built. I have her weapon, but I have not leveled up her weapon, and nor do I level up her talents yet. But this is going to be slightly more of a theory crafting video instead of an actual showcase or a guide on her, so take it with a grain of salt. If people are going to watch this video and to see if you should summon her or not, my suggestion is look at other people's video after a few days of release instead of watching this, because again, I don't have her built. I am not going to show any in-game footage on how she's going to work. These are all specifically on my experience only, so take it with a grain of salt once again. Okay, so this video is probably going to be addressing how Kokomi is in the current state. If you're expecting me to bash on Kokomi being weak or underwhelming, this video is probably not for you, because I don't think that's the case. A lot of people are coming to the expectation that, not really coming to the expectation. People have been memeing on Kokomi for quite a while, even before she released today, that she can't crit, she's a healer, she's not going to do damage. But there are actually a few team comps that I think that she's going to fit in quite well. And before that, I want to talk about how she is also not the best in almost any team comp. And looking at her skills and kind of just playing her, I think she is somewhat like Jean. And you may be like, what? Jean is really good, why are you comparing to Jean? But the fact is that Jean is actually a really well-rounded character, or in another way of saying, Jean can almost be fit into any team comp well without having any problems. But the problem with Jean is that because as a Nemo character, she's also competing with the likes of Kazuha, Sucrose, Venti, and Jean can probably argue to be better than Sucrose, but that's another conversation. The thing is that she is not always the best compared to other characters. But the thing about Jean is that she can be good in almost any team comp. She will not be the reason, she will not be the bottleneck when a team comp is not executed well most of the time. She is not like Zhongli, where Zhongli can be put into any team comp and will be considered one of the best support, but Jean can do almost everything really good. And that's what Kokomi is, I think. Kokomi is not going to be the dealing 200k, 300k damage with her burst. She's not going to be the hyper carry, but she's going to be a character that's going to fit in many of the team comps. And today I want to show especially what team comps she's going to fit well, which is not this one, but this one. I think a Shanling, Kokomi, Beidou, Kujo, Sarah comp is going to be really good on her. That being said, I think Beidou can switch to Raiden Shogun if you really want to, because right now I don't have her built and I actually have some trouble getting her burst back in cooldown. But if we're just talking about Beidou, this team actually have a decent amount of synergy. So how this team would want to work is that Kokomi can use her E, Sarah can use her E, where she will be able to shoot an arrow and generate particle, not just for herself, or probably for Beidou. She can also apply damage buff onto Shanling to pop her ult. And Shanling's burst, as you can see, but as many people know, is that she has snapshot. So she snapshot Kujo Sarah's attack, and what happens is you switch back to Kujo Sarah, you use her burst, you switch to Beidou to get that attack bonus, and also if you have C6, you can also get that 60% electro damage, not electro damage, but for electro damage characters with 60% crit damage increase. And you go back you use Beto's ult, and then after that you come back and use Kokomi, where there's going to be a electro charge or probably vaporize. This team on theory is going to be quite good on paper, because you're not going to be lacking in any AoE situation. You're going to be able to most of the time deal a huge amount of AoE damage when possible. Another option is to switch out Kujo-Sara for the likes of Sucrose, where you will be able to have crowd control ability in some of the cases. If you have Venti, you can use Venti. If you want to use Kaza for more damage and it'll also have a bit of crowd control, you can also do that. So the problem with this team, well, not really the problem. Well, the fact is that a lot of people will say, well, you can just use Child, or sometimes people will say you can just use Shinchu. But Kokomi here in this team isn't the point to replace Child or Shinchu. The fact is that there are a lot of people, such as me, I don't have Child, and there's a lot of people that's going to use Shinchu on a lot of other teams. For example, I use it on my Yoimiya vape comp, which is like this. It's a Sucrose and Diona, because I was farming my ore daily. And so if you have Shinchu with Yoimiya or with any other pyro character, you have a problem where Shinchu is not available in team comp like these, and Kokomi opens up a possibility of running this team comp. And again, this also applies the same for Ayaka Freeze comp. In Ayaka Freeze comp, it's going to be slightly different, just because I actually don't think Kokomi is going to use her full potential in this specific team comp, because you're just going to use this for her E. You're not going to use her burst. In a Ayaka Freeze comp, you want to use Ayaka as much as possible to get that consistent freeze onto the enemy. But again, if you have Mona on the other team, or if you don't have Mona, and a lot of people use Barbara in this, a lot of free-to-play players, this Kokomi is going to be a really good option when it comes to these type of scenario. I wouldn't say she's niche. The fact is that if you somehow, on paper, have Kokomi for whatever reason, if you're a free-to-play player that stack up Primos and you like Kokomi because of Kokomi's design, Kokomi isn't going to be a trash character. So, and that brings a problem of like people's mindset are expecting every character to be meta breaking or to be meta defining or have a special role in every single team comp. It is not possible to do that. The power creep is going to be insane, and Kokomi is actually fine as it is. That being said, I think Kokomi isn't actually that good when it comes to vape comp. It's kind of similar with Mona. There are not a lot of people that bring Mona for Hydro Applicator in a vape composition, because the Hydro application, in my opinion, is not fast enough, and it's not consistent enough compared to Hydro Applicator like Shinchu. So Shinchu is still obviously one of the best Hydro Applicator in the game. So to conclusion, Kokomi is not going to be best in almost any team comp, as what people think every single character in the game should be for whatever reason, but Kokomi can actually fit in almost any team comp that requires a Hydro Applicator or requires to fill off downtime of a certain DPS character. Other than that, this is my short thought on how Kokomi is. I believe there's many people that probably have similar thought than with me, but I don't know. I don't know what the other people think about it. I might go watch some other YouTuber video to see what they're thinking about it. But anyways, this is my video on how Kokomi is in the game, and this is kind of my first impression. There's not going to be a guide, probably, because I'm not that into the game yet that I have enough resources to make me do guides, but I might be able to build team comps to demonstrate Kokomi in the future. We'll see about that. I'm currently trying to stack up resources and material for certain rerun characters. I'm not going to say who, because those are leaks and I don't want to talk about leaks in my channel. But anyways, that's it, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys next time.